What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Oak Tree Football channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be making my record prediction for the Michigan State Spartans this season. The Spartans were pretty good last year, just about average, finished with a record of 7-6, but did not have a great offseason. They're losing a lot of talent and their head coach. They're replacing their head coach with former Colorado coach Mel Tucker. They will also have a new quarterback this year. They'll probably be Peyton Thorne. So that's not the best. It definitely could be better, especially with the situation in the world right now. Having a new quarterback and new coach really it's not the best thing that could happen, especially if it's players that are new to the team organization. But one player they are getting back is Elijah Collins, the running back. He actually had a pretty good season last year. I could see him hitting over 1,000 rush yards this season. And they're bringing back some other good talent, but they are losing a lot, and it'll most likely be a step down for Michigan State. However, I am a bit more optimistic on them than some other people. Maybe they can make a bowl. I don't think we'll see anything special for Michigan State this season, but let's get into this prediction. Went 7-6 last year, like I said, and had the 43rd best recruiting class in the country. Started off in week 1 against Northwestern. Now, this is a very interesting game because Northwestern recently got quarterback Peyton Ramsey from Indiana. I think that's going to help them out. I still don't think Northwestern's that good a team. I believe they only went 3-9 last year. Maybe they'll get a few more wins this season, but this is an interesting game because it's two teams, both with a new quarterback, and Michigan State also with a new coach. I do think Michigan State is better than Northwestern, and I do think it's good for Michigan State being at home. I think they're going to seriously struggle in this one just because it's early in the year, and with new coaches and new players, it's just going to be tough. But I still think Michigan State should win. I still think Michigan State is the better team in this matchup. It's probably not going to be that good of a game. It'll probably be not very high scoring. Both teams will probably have some big mistakes. That's just what I'm guessing. But I think Michigan State will be able to, at the end of this game, I think in the first half it'll be pretty sloppy, pretty low scoring, and pretty close, but I think Michigan State will start to pull away at the end. So I'm going to pick Michigan State in this one, start off season 1-0. Week 2, they play the first out-of-conference game on the road at BYU. Now, BYU is a very interesting team because they are pretty good. They're just interesting. They're a very interesting team because they're pretty good, but they're not anything great. Kind of like Michigan State, honestly, kind of just about average. I would say. So I could see this game going either way. It's huge for BYU that they're at home, especially when Michigan State has some new players coming in. It's gonna be tough for Michigan State to win this one. I think I'm gonna pick Michigan State, but I could easily see BYU winning this one. This is just a game that's 50-50 in my opinion, and either side could win. I think you can make an argument that both teams are better. And you can make an argument both teams will win. This game could go either way. I would not be surprised if BYU wins, but I'm going to pick Michigan State in this one. Well, like I just said, though, BYU could easily win this one, and I would not be surprised. Week 3, they should win this one against Toledo. Toledo's not all that good. I think Michigan State should win this one. So actually, Michigan State is starting off 3-0. Week 4, though, they have a really tough game against Miami. Miami's a pretty good team. They definitely have a lot of talent, but the main headline for Miami, especially this offseason, was getting quarterback D'Eriq King from Houston. He was great in 2018, fantastic, but didn't play too much in 2019. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays, especially with a new team, but I think Miami should be pretty good this year. They could potentially be a contender to go to the ACC championship, and this is going to be a tough one for Michigan State. I do feel this could be a big upset, though. This is one of the games I feel that Michigan State could actually get a big upset. I still am going to pick Miami just because that is the safer bet. Miami is the better team in my opinion, but Michigan State's at home. I could see a big upset coming in this one, to be honest. Still going to give the win to Miami, but Michigan State, this could be a pretty big upset. I really do think so. Week 5, they have a road game against Iowa. If this is at home, I could seriously see Michigan State winning, but on the road, I think it'll be pretty tough. I mean, I do think it will kind of be a down year for Iowa. I don't think they'll be as good as they normally are, but this is still going to be a definite tough one for Michigan State, and I just think that it's the safer bet is to say that Iowa's going to win this one, and that's what I'm going to go with as of right now. I just think that I do think it will be a down year for them, but I still do think they're a pretty good team. It's a home game for Iowa. I'm going to pick Iowa. Week 6, they play Michigan, and this is the rivalry game, Michigan versus Michigan State. And just by looking at, there is a clear team, a team that is clearly better. That is Michigan. Michigan is better at almost every position, I would say. Michigan is a very good team. They're a top 25 team, in my opinion. I do feel they are being a bit overrated by some people, but I still think Michigan's a very, very good team this year. One problem they have is their quarterback. I just don't like what they have going on at quarterback, but every other position for the most part is looking really, really good for them, I think. So Michigan should have a good year. This is a home game for Michigan State, but I still feel Michigan's going to win. I just think Michigan absolutely is the better team than Michigan State. And maybe Michigan State can put up some points, but I think Michigan should absolutely win this game. Week 7, they play Ohio State. And even though this is a home game, I just don't see them winning. Ohio State is easily one of the best teams in the country. They are extremely talented, led by quarterback Justin Fields, but then some great wide receivers, a really, really good offense. I mean, their defense is a bit questionable because they are losing 2 of their best players, but they absolutely have some great, great talent on that defense. Ohio State should easily beat Michigan State in this one. Week 8, they play Indiana. Now, if this is a home game, I could seriously see Michigan State winning because Indiana is a team that I do like this year, but I don't think that Indiana would easily win this one. But it is a home game for Indiana, which is really big for Indiana and just not good for Michigan State. I think for that reason, it will help Indiana out. And also Michigan State's coming off a really tough game against Ohio State. I'm going to go with Indiana in this one. I think it's possible Michigan State wins. I don't think Indiana is too much better than Michigan State. I still absolutely think Indiana is better. Not too much better, but it's a road game for Michigan State. I'm going to go with Indiana. And then week 9, they play Minnesota. Tanner Morgan, their quarterback, has emerged as a very, very good quarterback, one of the better in college football even. And Minnesota has emerged as a very good team. Minnesota last year were just a great team, and they should be a great team again this year. I expect a pretty good season from Minnesota. I don't see Michigan State winning this one. I mean, maybe they can sneak the upset at home, but I just think Minnesota is just a really, really good team. I think they're better than Michigan State. Absolutely. So I'm going to go with Minnesota in this one, especially when Michigan State's coming off a tough run of games. I think I'm going to go with Minnesota. That's a tough stretch right there. Miami on the road at Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State, at Indiana, Minnesota. They could very well lose all of those games. Week 10, they have a bye. And then week 11, it doesn't get much better when they have to play on the road at Penn State. In my opinion, Penn State is one of the best teams in college football. I think they're extremely talented, and I think they're going to have a great, great year. With Sean Clifford as the quarterback, could easily be a top 10 quarterback in college football. Journey Brown is one of the best running backs in college football, in my opinion. Wide receiver is a bit of a problem, but Pat Freiermuth is one of the better tight ends in the nation. And Micah Parsons, in my opinion, is just the best linebacker. I just don't see Michigan State winning this one. It's a home game for Penn State. Penn State is miles ahead when it comes to talent, in my opinion. I just don't see Michigan State winning this one. I'm 100% going to take Penn State. Week 12, they play Rutgers. They should have no problem here. Rutgers just is not good. They just haven't been good. Honestly, I don't think Rutgers will win an in-conference game this year. It's a home game for Michigan State, and they have to win this game. If they don't win this game, there would probably be some issues, honestly. And yeah, they just have to win this game, and they most likely will beat Rutgers. Now, week 13, they end the season off on the road against Maryland. Maryland's an interesting team because weren't great last year, and they definitely are missing some talent. But they recently got transfer quarterback Taulia Tagovailoa, who is Tua Tagovailoa's brother. So I think he could help them out. I think he's better than what they had. I don't think he's as good as Tua, but I think he's better than what they had. So I think he could help out. But I still think Michigan State will win this one. This is a game that I could see going either way. I could see Maryland winning, but I think Michigan State will have all their positions figured out at this point in the year. I think they'll win. Maryland is at home, which is pretty good for them. I think because of that, Maryland could win. But I am going to pick Michigan State in this one. So now, as we always do, I'll go through each game once again. And I'll give my prediction for I think will win. I think Michigan State beats Northwestern, beats BYU, and Toledo, start off 3-0. I could see them beating Miami. I really could. But I have losing to Miami, and then losing to Iowa, losing to Michigan, losing to Ohio State, losing to Indiana, losing to Minnesota. After their bye, I have them losing to Penn State. So 7 straight losses I have. And then I think they'll beat Rutgers and Maryland to have a record of 5-7 on the year. It's just that stretch. It's just tough. I'd have them losing 7 straight games and winning all their other games. For me, they're going to win at least 3 games this year. Those are probably going to be Northwestern, Toledo, Rutgers. And then probably they'll beat Maryland and BYU, in my opinion. Could see them losing those, but at least 3 wins. And then I really could see them winning against Miami. I do have that as a loss, though. But for me, definite losses. They're 100% going to lose to Penn State, 100% going to lose to Ohio State. And then most likely lose to Minnesota, Michigan. It's just a pretty tough schedule for Michigan State this year. And best case, honestly, probably a 7-5. I really just don't see it being a good year for them. I could definitely see them going to a bowl, but this is just, I think 5-7 is a pretty good prediction for them. I am a bit more optimistic on them than most people. Some people are putting them down at 3-9, 4-8. I'm a bit more optimistic on them, but I still don't think they're going to be that good. So these are my thoughts on the Michigan State Spartans for this year. What are your guys' thoughts? Tell me in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new around here, feel free to subscribe for more NFL and college football content. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.